What is going on, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So listen up, man. We had a pretty good day in the stock market today, all across the board. Well, maybe not so much for the Dow. The Dow went down about 0.1%, but all the other indexes were in the green. So we have to break that down in this video, go over kind of what I'm looking to do in general in the stock market right now. And we're going to go over 3 individual stocks that I think are pretty beaten down in the short term. We have a lot to go over today, guys, so hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get your 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7 from Moomoo by using that link down below, or by going to stasurfest.com/Moomoo, or by checking out the QR code right here. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get those 7 shares. Or if you guys want to bring your account over to Moomoo for the first time, you can opt for the other option where you get a 1.5% cash transfer match. Check out the link down below, guys, or again, the QR code right here for all the details. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So again, pretty decent day for the stock market today, and we had all the indexes in the green except for the Dow, which went down 0.1%. Other than that, the Russell went up 0.5%, the Nasdaq went up 0.2%, S&P went up 0.1%, pretty solid, as the VIX went down 2%, and we had the metals completely explode as well, which I do want to cover quickly in this video. So you guys can see on the 20-day chart on SPY, it does look like we're trying to hold the uptrend here, and we actually did get a nice pop this morning off this trend line on the 20-day chart. You guys can see right here, and if I zoom in on the intraday, you can see that nice pop in the morning, but I guess, we sold off aggressively, by the start of power hour, then we rallied into close, so I guess that's good. It looks like there was a lot of volatility today, doesn't it, guys? Either way, on that 20-day, again, here on SPY, uptrend looks like it's holding. Same thing here on Triple Q. If you guys take a look, let me draw it out very quickly. Boom, you guys see that on Triple Q. And on the Dow Jones, which went down today, you guys can see we're still above the 180 moving average on this 1-hour chart. We're still pretty much, 400 or 500 points, actually more like 700-800 points. Either way, we're still pretty close to all-time highs, guys. And the Russell, which went up the most of the bunch today, looks like it's trying to rebound after just hitting a fresh high, not an all-time high, but a high on the 4-hour chart a couple of days ago, right? So markets are looking pretty good here, guys. Volatility's dying down. VIX is back to 14 points, and we had the metals erupt today, guys, and silver is finally breaking out, which, did we not call it out? I mean, this thing has been breaking out, but now it's taken out some very key levels. And not to toot my own horn, guys, but hey, we called this out. Did we not? You guys can see now silver on the day went up 5%, which is massive. Now we're pushing $27 an ounce. We took out the highs from a couple of months ago. And now on the, I think we're definitely at a 1-year and a 3-year high, right? Or not quite yet at the 3-year high, but on the 1-year chart, we're at a high. And now we can see the inverse head and shoulders is clear as day here on the 3-year chart on silver. I mean, how much more obvious can it look, guys? So this to me looks like we're easily going to test $29 an ounce. Maybe start pushing 30 an ounce. Not guaranteed, obviously. Please do your own research and trade at your own risk. But it's looking good on that time frame. And here on the max chart, if I zoom in a bit, silver looks like we have an inverse head and shoulders on this time frame. Does it not? I mean, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. We have the left shoulder right here. We've got the head right here if it wants to freaking work. Come on, there we go. And then we have the right shoulder right here. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? So silver is awesome. I'm loving the way the chart's looking, and I think there's a lot more upside. I mean, look, back in 2011, we hit $50 an ounce. We're half of that right now, essentially, guys. I think there could be a lot more upside. So silver is looking awesome. Gold as well is just ripping. Another all-time high was hit today. It's up 2% and went up around 2% on the day. $2,320 an ounce, which is unreal. So all-time high was hit there on gold. And let's transition now to these stocks that I want to break down, guys, which the first one is Ulta, ticker symbol ULTA, which, oh boy, their stock got annihilated today, guys, down 15% on the day. And this is after the company reported earnings about 2-3 weeks ago. When was that? And the company actually hit 605, which might be an all-time high after the earnings came out. And now we're actually almost $200 off of that 605 high, which is unreal. Now the stock's at 439. It went down $80 on the day. So essentially what we got news, I'm pretty sure their guidance was terrible or something like that, or their let's see here, guys. Let's see. We can see Ulta Beauty stock is on pace for its biggest drop in 4 years. Executives blame this soup of activity for slowing demand. We can see Ulta share beauty's drop following forecast on Q1 comparable sales at lower end of H1 guidance. What's the exact number, though, guys? I swore I saw it here earlier. Let's see if I click this. And it looks like here Raymond James cut Ulta Beauty's price target to $610 from $630, but they still maintain a strong buy rating, and I'm sure they're buying this dip up. Are you buying this dip up, by the way? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. But we got that adjustment from Raymond James earlier today. And yeah, they're just essentially warning a slowdown in cosmetics growth, which it's not the end of the world, guys, but it is spooking investors at the end of the day. Looks like here, guys, at the JPM conference, Ulta Beauty predicts Q1 same-store sales at lower end of initial low single-digit growth forecast, which is not the best sign. But yeah, we're seeing this 15% drop on this news, and now we're falling to a fresh low on this. Well, not on the 4-hour chart quite yet, but we're at a fresh low. Looking at the past couple of months, though, that's for sure, guys. We have not been in the lower 400s since the end of November. And let's see on the 3-year chart how this is looking. Yeah, we're approaching the 180 SMA here on the 3-year chart on Ulta. So I'm looking at it here, guys. I'm looking at it pretty closely in the lower 400s. I'm actually very intrigued by this dip opportunity in a company. Honestly, yes, their growth is slowing, but I don't think it's going to be slowing for long. We'll see. I think this company is a strong company. I've always wanted to buy it, but I've always missed the opportunity, right? We've been talking about Ulta on and off here on the channel for years, but yeah, we'll be watching it. Low 400s, high 300s if it gets there. I'm very interested there. We also had Intel get beaten down today, guys. Now we're getting back towards the bottom of this channel. 8.2% red day for Intel. We can see the news on them. Let's come down here a little bit. Intel targets $15 billion in foundry revenue by 2030, but analyst says TSMC will be 10 times larger, which is actually interesting there. But it looks like here Intel reveals chip foundry operations, steep losses, and the shares actually started, dumping in the pre-market. We'll take a look there. We could see Intel foundry losses expected to peak this year after hitting $7 billion in 2023. That's pretty intense. So we got that news. And yeah, now Intel's back to $40 per share. Let's come down here a little bit more. Anything else that needs to be said? Yeah, really. The losses are just ridiculous right now. Looks like here Stifel maintains hold on Intel, maintains $45 price target. All right. Looks like Benchmark reiterates buy on Intel, maintains $62 price target. Cantor Fitzgerald, $50 price target. Looks like Truist, $45 price target. But they lost their foundry division. Foundry unit loses. They lost $7 billion in 2023. And if Intel comes down a little bit more, guys, $40, I think that could be an interesting trade spot. Well, I guess it is at $40 now, but I feel like that could be a nice recovery spot for Intel, at least in my opinion, guys. So the last stock for the video, I appreciate you all for tuning in till the end, by the way. Make sure you guys subscribe if you have not done so already. I appreciate you all. So the last stock for the video is Celsius. Let me pull it up. CELH is the ticker, which arguably is overvalued still, but it's oversold at the same time. A stock could be overvalued but oversold because, technicals are different than fundamentals. Fundamentals are different than the technicals, right? So in this case, we're pretty oversold on the charts, right? On the technicals, we're pretty much down about $25 from the highs, or about 23%. It's pretty much right by the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. We're now testing, we're in the vicinity of this, spot right here. Let me show you, 68, $70 per share. That's kind of where Celsius was peaking out in September, in November, in January, right? Up until pretty much the last earnings report where it broke out earlier in March, right? Or that was end of February. Either way, Celsius is now approaching a pretty interesting spot. And again, it might be overvalued. I'm not here to make that argument, not make that argument, but I am looking at this on the charts and I'm like, it's oversold. It's oversold. So I'm looking at it here, guys, between 68 to 75-ish, more like 68 to $73. I'd be looking to pick some up here as a trade. We'll see, though, guys. We'll see. The stock did go down another 3% in the midst of a green day, so maybe more red to come. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want your 7 fractional shares for Moomoo of the Mag 7 stocks, guys, use that link down below. Open up your account and fund it with at least $100. You get those. Or if you want to get a 1.5% cash transfer match, you can bring your account over from another brokerage onto Moomoo for the first time, and you get that 1.5% match, which is very good, guys. So check out that link down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, or check out the QR code right here. And of course, that is an affiliate link. I appreciate you all as always. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all later.